This is Soph,
This is Rich
and we are from
from
across
across
the
the
pond.
pond. Richard, serious Sunday, we made
It
it.
is very serious Sunday. How
Well,
was your weekend?
we said it at the same time. You look tired, so I'll go first then so that you can wake up. Um, my weekend. What do you know what? I'm not gonna lie. Since Alfie's gone back to school on Wednesday, it's gone so quickly. I'm trying to remember what I did. So it was Alfie's weekend at his dad's. I finished that series that we're not allowed to talk about till next week. And I edited some photos from Friday's shoot. I yes, went and had coffee. Just potted about at home. Like, went to play bingo and have dinner with the dude.
Oh, sucky now.
We haven't been for bingo for ages because of obviously Corona. It was amazeballs. We love it. We did win. We won £25. But this is the
Yeah.
rule of bingo, right? Whoever wins at bingo, you have to split it 50-50.
Oh, okay.
And
That
people
sounds
who
like
say,
a
"Can I
plan.
come to bingo with you?" That's the rule. Like, say you came to England and you said, "I want to come to bingo with you." I said, "No problem, but whoever wins, you got to split it 3 ways." If you
Right.
were to say no, like my cousin once said to me, "I want to come to bingo. I've never been." I said, "Okay, our rule is whoever wins, we split it between us." "Oh, I'm not doing that." I said, "Okay, so when I win £1,000, you're not going to want a share of that, no?" And she was like, "Oh, well, if you say it like that." I said, "So if you win £1,000, you got to do the same." "Oh, no, I'm not doing that." I said, "Well, you ain't coming then. Whoever wins
Oh,
splits it. 50% of
splits it.
50% of something is better than 100% of nothing,
That is true.
right? Because what's the point if let's say me and the dude went and because listen, I'm telling you, some of the top prizes like 25 grand when they do a national game, right? So let's just say I won 25 grand. Well, I'm going to go with 25 grand home and leave her with nothing. No, we don't roll like that. We're in it down the middle, 50-50.
That sounds like a plan. I'm not arguing with you. I think that's a great idea.
Right?
I'm not a bingo player, but if I were, I'll be down with those rules. Those sound like some good
Do you
rules.
know the thing is though, obviously when your numbers come out and you get all the numbers, you have to shout out, right, and put your hand up. Michaela never likes to shout out. So when she gets the numbers, she's like, "Dude," and I have to go, "Yeah." So they think it's me, but it's not, it's her. Because she's too embarrassed to shout out. Me, boy,
Oh,
I'm shouting all the time. Don't mess around with money. If I'm winning, what? That's me. Don't be giving it to somebody else. Telling you.
well, yeah, I got great rules. Good friendship,
Right?
because I would make her shout it out.
Oh no, I don't mind. The thing is with bingo, when they call the number, right? Say the final number you need is 5. You have to shout out before they call the next number, otherwise it's void. So there's really a tiny window there in order to do that. But we got it down.
Mm, mm, mm. Sounds like it. What did I do this weekend? I'm gonna tell you, and this is for the audience here. Ever since the booster shot, I don't like to talk about corona and vaccine, but
Give it
ever
us
since
straight.
this booster shot, I haven't felt the same yet. I haven't felt normal yet. I've been feeling really exhausted. But amongst other things, contributing to my exhaustion, I did hang out with the fellas. Um, not too late. Um, watched movies, and it was raining here, and it was an ice storm, so the whole car was covered in ice.
An ice
You know,
storm, did you say?
yeah, we had an ice storm, like a rain and ice together, coated my whole truck with ice.
Whoa.
So it was a day in, didn't move a muscle.
Well, now we've had nothing but rain. I'm not going to lie. Like, I don't like rain. I don't do rain. So,
Yeah, caught up on some movies I was told to watch. So that was my weekend. I have felt like a bag of mush since last Monday.
oh,
Bless you.
thank you. Uh,
Cutest sneeze I've ever heard. Achoo. Achoo.
sorry, that's what my
So
question
that was my weekend. Oh, my Philadelphia Eagles played Saturday.
Oh, did they
We
win?
got annihilated because, and I'm gonna tell you this because I am a fan, and I'm not trying to make any excuses,
Mhm.
but we did not play any of our starters
You played
because we are
you
trying
played
to
main
focus.
you played your main and your dessert instead.
Yeah, yeah, we used the dessert instead of the main, and we got annihilated. But I mean, you got to give it to our non-starters. They did put up a good fight. They did put points on the board,
Okay.
so you got to give them credit.
Going back to your previous conversation before you quickly change the subject. So you had the booster shot a week ago,
Yes, Monday.
and you weren't feeling any better.
I haven't felt the same. I wouldn't say any better. I just haven't felt the same. I feel exhausted. I don't know what
Well,
they
do you know
zapped
what?
me with.
I haven't had any shots, and I feel fabulous.
You see. But neither one of us, let's knock on wood here. I got some wood right here. None of us have caught the virus. Neither
Nothing.
one of us has caught the virus from here to across the pond. I have some relatives who's got COVID now. My twin siblings, my brother and my sister both have COVID right
Oh,
now.
they both have it. Oh man.
Isn't that crazy?
Oh, big love to them. I hope they don't. I
Yeah.
hope it's not too bad.
Big up. Your favorite person, Michelle,
Your
has
sister,
COVID. And then, my brother Mike, my barber, which
who
I
hacks
need
your
a
beard.
haircut. Yeah, has COVID. So they're both
Well,
isolating themselves.
wishing them
So
an
get better soon. Get better soon.
wishing them an absolute speedy recovery because it's not good.
And Friday, I hate to change the subject because you're ready to jump right
I think
into it.
you're going to say what I was going to say to you. So as you were.
We did not give shout outs to people who've passed away.
Yes, I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah. Betty White and Sidney Poitier have passed away. Two icons.
Were they COVID, do you know, being as we're on the subject, or you don't know?
I don't know.
But do you know what's really sad about? Do you know what's
Betty White was 99 years old.
I know she was like weeks away from her 100th birthday. Imagine that. What a wonder. Literally nearly at that milestone and just in touching distance.
Yeah. And Sidney Poitier too. He was an icon.
I know.
He was
right?
before there was Denzel Washington, there was Sidney Poitier. He opened the doors for
He was the OG.
The original OG.
Right. Yeah, we did say that. So sorry about that news, folks. Well, not news, but sorry we were a bit late on those two. But we were so excited to try and get back into the usual Friday fun day and serious Sunday that we
didn't want to burden you with sadness.
No, we just couldn't stop talking. And then afterwards we were like, oh, we didn't say this. Oh, we forgot about that. But
Well, thank you for letting it be known that I was the one that said we forgot.
I didn't say you, I said we. So you've just dropped yourself under the bus there, my love. I was carrying you.
You said I was talking.
No, I said we.
I heard.
Please rewind it back and say we. I didn't say
I am going to
you.
rewind it back. I'm going to rewind it back, but I think you kind of threw me under the bus.
Okay, will I get an apology on next week's show when you watch it back and you see that I haven't?
Of course. That's how we
Okay,
roll.
you heard it here first, folks. Next week we're after This Is So, This Is Rich. On Friday, the first thing
I
I want to
will
hear come out of them
apologize.
lips across that pond is, I am sorry. You always have my back.
Sorry,
Always had my
always
back at
have
the
your back.
beginning, and you still have my back now. Even though I chucked myself under the bus and tried to drag you with me, you kept us going.
Okay, cool. We'll do that.
Anyway, serious.
Do I have to
something.
say it in that order?
Yeah, bruv. As soon as we've done the Rich and Soph hello, that apology better spill out of them lips. You've bought it on yourself. You really bought it on yourself.
I sure did. I'm telling you, I'm not with it. Let's go.
So, Serious Sunday, and today we are talking about body shaming. And you know,
Body shaming.
yeah, the reason, or I think the reason it started off is because I did a TikTok, right? I stitched this
Right.
guy. I was a black guy, and he basically said, why is it that white men don't find white plus size women attractive, right? I'm not gonna lie, I stitched it. You know, they say there's a saying that says never a truer word said than in jest, right? Meaning
Right.
when you say something as a joke, actually you mean it's the truth. I stitched it partly as a joke, but I meant it. And I replied saying, I don't have the answer for you. I don't want the answer for you, because we don't want them either, right? Now, if I tell you this video has gone viral, in fact, you know, I like to deal in facts. Let me have a look exactly how many views we're up to so far on this video, because I swear to God, it's the stitch that keeps on giving. So far,
I've seen some of it.
This video is up to 84,000 views, right? 84,000 views. But the comments in that video are absolutely bloody vile, I have to say. There are men in there saying, who wants to date a fat bird? Fat women are unhealthy, they're ugly.
What?
We can't afford the food bill for you fat chicks, stuff like that. So I tried to initially, for me, love social media, and the algorithm works on engagement. So you have to be seen to be engaging with the audience as well as posting in order to get your stuff out there. So I like to like everybody's comment and reply to everybody's comment. Now, let me just tell you, 84,000 views, you can imagine how many comments are on there, right? We're talking hundreds. It turned into a full-time job trying to reply to everybody. I did stitch a couple because there was one guy who said white men don't like fat white chicks because they've got standards, right? They've got standards. So I thought, let me click on this dude and look at his profile. In his profile, he's got his arms around a chubby chick, right? Chubbier than me, right? Nothing wrong with that. She was a beautiful girl. So I stitched it and was like, mate, what are you on about? Like, I've looked at your profile. You're hugging up to some chick who's bigger than me. She would be classed as plus size. So I don't know where your standards went. His reply was, that's my daughter. You better watch what you're saying. So my reply to him was, that makes it even worse. How would you feel if someone said to your daughter, I don't want to date you because I've got standards, implying that she's lesser than or below somebody because of the way she looks? Holy moly, I swear to God, this video has just gone berserk.
Now, I have to debunk this, thing where they say white men don't like big women, because has anybody seen 600-pound my 600-pound life?
Okay, but 600-pound life is the extreme, right?
But what I'm saying is she's married,
right? But you do get
guy.
And this is what I mean, it wasn't even an average or anything. It was just, I personally find white guys want to do chatting up, talk to you, keep you in the down low, because they will be embarrassed if they go out in the street with you because they're worried about what society or their friends will say. That's my personal opinion of what I've found. A white guy, they do find bigger chicks attractive, but they're more concerned about what their friends down the pub are going to say, what people will think about them. What I tried to do on one video, which is falling on deaf ears, because I realize you cannot educate idiots, right? I know that,
Right.
but I still try.
Right.
There is a difference, I personally think, between a plus size woman and a fat woman, right? Plus size in the UK starts from a size 12, right? I'm a size, I don't care, I'm a size 16, right? So that's 2 dress sizes less than me is classed as plus size, which I personally think is ridiculous. I don't think plus size should start till about size 26, you know, when you're an absolute larger woman. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
But 90% of or an average dress size for the woman in the UK is 14 to 16. So 90% of the women in the country would be classed as plus size. If I go to the doctor and they do my height and my weight, I come on the scale as morbidly obese, right? Because I'm short and I weigh according to their scale on the chart on the wall, they've got the height here, weight here. And when you match the two, because I'm short, I apparently weigh far too much for my height. So when you marry the two up, 5'4", however many stone, it comes up that I am morbidly obese.
Well,
if you ask
join the
me,
club.
right? If you ask me, hey, I know I'm overweight, I know that, I wouldn't say I'm morbidly obese. That 600-pound Hujik Maboblik program, that's morbidly obese. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
That's literally way over. Now, the thing I don't like about that, and we always talk about social media, is people could have made, like the guy who originally made that video, he's got loads of comments on his as well. You could have said comments like that about somebody that hasn't got a backbone or couldn't, no, that's a bit wrong. Let me take that back. Not hasn't got a backbone, but isn't strong enough to cope with comments like that. Me personally, I couldn't give a shiny shite. Say what you want about me. I've been to the petrol station, gone and got petrol, cut in front of somebody because they were too busy talking. I couldn't be bothered to wait. What was the first thing she said out of the window? F you, you fat B, you know, because that's all they got to go on. They ain't got anything else to go on. Okay, fine. I got some cheeks. Who cares? You know, I mean, it's ridiculous. And I've had it literally since I was at school. I used to get bullied at school for being fat. I was always the chubby one, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
What about you? Have you ever had anybody comment on your weight or make any derogatory comments?
To be honest with you, I was a beanpole in school, so I was always called like the beanpole. So,
but see, that's the other way. That's body shaming the other way.
And then, or skinny or sick looking.
But that's what I mean. You're laughing and you're finding it funny, but that's still body shaming, but the other way, right?
And then, you know, as you know, the older you get, you know, this is what becomes of you.
Yeah,
you know, I put on a lot of weight. So a lot of people say that I'm unrecognizable because I used to be such a skinny kid. Or some people go, it looks good on you, you know, because I'm tall, so I carry it well. But like you, if I were to go to the doctors and I would give them my height/weight, I'm considered obese too, which is ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. And do you know what? That's the sort of thing that affects like self-confidence, especially in, I'm not going to say it doesn't affect guys, but it does, but especially in young girls. Imagine as a teenager going to the doctor, can you just jump on the scales and we'll do your height? Oh, you're morbidly obese. That's where all of these you know, like, oh, what do you call it, like, you know, like when people become anorexic or they become bulimic and stuff like that, because of stupid comments like that, or magazines and society makes them think that there's something wrong with them. Do you know what? You can be a big person and be healthy. Just because you're bigger, don't mean to say you're unhealthy.
Well, you know, everybody, to me, this is how I look at it. Everybody's makeup is different. And from a guy standpoint, I used to be really I used to look at women as face value.
Hmm.
My younger me.
So you were shallow, is what you're saying.
There you have it. When I was younger. But then you know what? I've come to a realization that everybody's made up differently.
Hmm.
And then on top of that, I gotta look at myself too. Like I'm not a big muscle bound guy, so or physique god. So why would I be looking in the direction of a woman who is like a size 0? I don't get it. Like I don't get it. I kind of like
Do
stay
you?
within
Oh,
my
okay, I'm
lane.
going to put you on the spot. Do you find slim women attractive? Like, say a size 0 woman, would you find her attractive?
It depends. I'm more or less now that I'm a lot more mature. It's more or less personality now because of the simple fact of the matter. She could be a 0 or she could be a plus size woman. How she carries herself makes her look beautiful.
I hear that, but I'm telling you for a fact, right? As much as I'd like to drop a couple of dress sizes, and I am on it.
I think we all would. I got a dad bod. I think we all would.
I was back to working out this morning. If someone said to me, right, here you go, here's a magic wand. You can if you wave it, you can either stay as you are for the rest of your life or be a size 0. I'm staying as I am. I don't want to be really ridiculously skinny.
Yeah. I kind of like I kind of like the way I am. Could I shed some pounds? Of course, we all would want to shed some pounds, but I'm looking at the makeup now. Okay. On my father's side, everybody is 6 foot plus, and everybody on my mom's side is like 5 foot nothing. And they got some weight on them.
Yeah.
So you figure the gene pool you mixed in. So now I have a 6 foot guy with some weight on him. There's no escaping it. And
I'm not gonna lie.
It's from the gene pool.
I definitely am my dad's daughter where that's concerned. My mom, and on my mum's side, they're very athletic, very, like nobody's big. On my dad's side, everybody has got a couple of extra pounds, let's put it politely. I definitely have got my dad's genes over and over, there's no getting away from that. But also there are other things that play a part as you get older. Like I had hysterectomy 8 years ago, which when you have a hysterectomy brings on the menopause. Now, what is the side effect of the menopause? You gain weight, right? So us women are ballsed all ways around. Now, whilst I haven't gained weight, I can't seem to shift it either, which is fine. As long as I don't pile any more on, I'll be fine. But regardless of hard work, exercise, eating right, I can't seem to shift it. To which point I then think, well, what's the point in eating lettuce and exercising every day if nothing's going to happen? But I suppose it's keeping me maintaining it in the middle. But
yeah, but see, this is the thing. I used to be an avid cross-country runner. So I was always small. And then I started having knee problems. And then I end up having knee surgeries. So now it's like those attributes that I used to do, like exercise, run, yada, 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 is out the window. So guess what? Your metabolism slows down.
Okay.
And then you start putting on the weight.
2 things. I don't think I've ever had a metabolism. It just doesn't work. And the second thing is the only running I've ever done is to run a bath. I don't do running. It doesn't like me. I don't like it. It's not.
I loved running. I ran indoor and outdoor, cross country, and I ran in the military.
I'm telling you, I'm that person in a horror movie that stumbles and falls over and gets caught first. I ain't running anywhere.
Leave without me. I'll be okay.
Yeah, you go, and I'll be like,
guess what? Guess what? I'm about 100 yards. 100 yards in front of you, like this. Go without us. Go without us.
Trying to bring it back like to the serious topic. The thing is with these people that do this body shaming, just because they're not large in size doesn't mean to say that they're A, attractive, or B, have got a nice personality. So I don't understand why people are so quick to jump on their keyboards and tap away before they've checked themselves.
I think most people who body shame have issues with their own body.
Heard it.
Because I've yet to see somebody who body shames their body is perfect. I've yet to see a person.
But the thing is, though, one comment like that can be really damaging to somebody's self-esteem, somebody's confidence, you know.
I totally agree.
And you're there saying to me, nobody's going to want to date you because they've got standards. Yet your daughter, because I'm, in their words, I'm fat, right? Even though I never said fat, I said plus size, which I tried to educate them. Like I say, it's two different things. Your daughter is bigger than me. Look at her cheeks, look at her face, look at her stature. She is bigger than me, at least by 2 dress sizes. So if I ain't going to get no one because I've got standards, what are you saying about your own daughter? Like, bruh, I don't get it. And you know, the thing is, I'm going to mention my old mate now. You know, old Piers Morgan?
Yes.
When he was on GMTV here, there's a girl called Tess Holiday, I think her name is. I mean, to say she's large is a little bit of an understatement. I mean, she is, let me see if I can see her. I know you can't really see if I hold people up, but I've got to test it. So she would go on there a couple of times, and he wouldn't, it's not that he would body shame her. He was just basically asking her, like, does she think that that's healthy, you know, because she's got kids, you know. So he was basically saying, does she think it's healthy? Would she lose any weight? She would get straight off of that show and be like, oh, Piers Morgan was fat shaming me, blah, blah. But he wasn't. He's just genuinely, like, I mean, this probably isn't a breast picture, but I mean.
Okay.
So she doesn't do herself any favors, I don't think, with what she wears. And 9 times out of 10, she just has her picture taken in her underwear, which, do you know what? Larger people, men or women, if you've got the confidence to do that, more power to you. However, you are going to get like some sort of backlash. Women get backlash when they're a size 0 and go out in their underwear. It's inevitable.
Well, looking at the picture, to me, you got to have a sense of class.
I agree.
In a sort of way. And you can't expect not to get hate mail if you running around, you know what I mean? And
you can be this is what I don't understand, right? You can be, I mean, X-rated coming up now. Why?
Oh, okay.
Like, yeah. You can be a bigger size, but wear clothes that fit you. Do you know what I mean? That's the other thing I don't understand. If you want to be big and beautiful, BBW as they're called, big beautiful women, great. Be confident, own it, whatever. But wear clothes that fit you. Don't wear it so stuff's spilling out in places it shouldn't be spilling out of, or buttons are popping off where they shouldn't be popping off, you know.
Well, what do you think about, now this is a thing that I've noticed lately. A lot of the celebrities who've got started, you know, plus size women, and now they're like losing all this weight.
This is the thing. We had one called Fern Britton, right, who used to do morning telly, and she was a big woman, and she used to say all the time, well, I'm happy with how I am. I'm happy in my skin. I'm happy. 10 years later, what's happened? She's had a gastric band and she's shed heaps of weight. So obviously, love, you weren't happy, you know. And this is the other thing I don't get. If you're not happy, why don't people want to go to the gym and eat healthy and work out and do it gradually? Why do they want a quick fix? Let me wrap a band around my stomach to stop me eating and then it'll just fall off.
Well, that's the way of the world now. Everybody wants a quick fix.
But this is the thing.
Take your time.
They say fat people. I don't say fat people. They say larger people take up a lot of like money on the NHS and stuff. If someone came, NHS, you know, the National Health Service here, you know, the
Okay.
hospital service and stuff. I don't understand why if someone goes to the doctor and they're like, look, I'm overweight, I need to do something about it. Can I have a gastric band? I don't know why they don't say to them, here you go. Here's a 6-month membership to the gym with a personal trainer. Do that first. And at that point, if it genuinely doesn't work, then we'll look at something else. Do you know on the NHS, it's £10,000 to have a gastric band. So that's £10,000 of NHS money to put an elastic band around somebody's stomach.
Wow.
Why wouldn't you just give them a gym membership and a personal trainer and say, look,
For
try
6
this?
months. Huh?
Yeah,
6 months.
be a damn sight cheaper. That's
Oh,
just my personal opinion. Before anybody comes attacking me, I'm just, putting it out there. I
Yeah.
mean, and also it's a money-making thing, right? Look at all these companies that advertise diet pills, diet drinks, slim fast milkshakes. It's just a fad.
But then you got to go the opposite way too, where like here in the States, we are considered obese anyway because of the simple fact of how we eat. Because we got to supersize everything.
But
Like
yours
we
is
just
yours.
went over a slice of pizza versus your slice of pizza.
Yeah, I mean, yours is like the size of a baby. But in America, you seem to do things by the extreme. You either have overweight, really large people, or on the other hand, you have those fitness junkies that have got like ribs down, like abs or whatever, muscles, all these scantily clad dressed, ATP on, going along Miami Beach in roller skates or whatever. So there's no middle ground there. It seems like it's either one extreme or the other.
No, you just don't see it. That's the way of the world. You just don't see the middle ground. I consider myself a middle ground.
Okay, middle ground.
Yeah, I'm a dad bod through and through. And I love it. And I've accepted it. Did I have the abs at one time? Did I have the 6-pack at one time? Yeah, it's moved into the keg situation.
Your
now.
6-pack has moved into the fridge now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've always been chubby. I was a chubby baby, a chubby toddler, a chubby child, chubby teenager, and now I'm a chubby adult,
Oh, stop it. You're beautiful, woman.
Oh my gosh, how many times do you say to me when we're on the phone, oh, I just want to grab them cheeks?
Because you're beautiful.
No, it's because you see the
happens.
chubby cheeks.
Now I see those rosy red joints right there. You just want to just,
But this is the point, you see, and this is where chubby people have got the advantage, because women that put all that makeup on and they need rouge and blush. This rouge, rouge and blush is au naturel. I don't need that makeup because these chubby cheeks are always pink.
It's called natural beauty. That's what it's called.
So yeah.
Now, what do you think about child stars? Because you have some people who, teenagers have it the hardest.
Right, but that's what I was saying earlier.
Young girls are watching these celebrities now, scandalous clothes, you know what I mean? And then they idolize them, and then they start doing crazy stuff like not eating right
And this is the thing, it's not necessarily down to the celebrity as such. It's also down to the media, because they Photoshop photos to make people look better, thinner, prettier, a thinner nose. Like, I really need to try and find the YouTube clip and post it on our show, but there is a picture of a blonde woman, like she's got curves in all the right places. She goes out, in, out, blonde hair. She's got a red bikini on, right? And what they done is they undone every single move on the Photoshop, right? So they just kept clicking undo, 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 and they showed you it back. It was actually, the original picture is a slice of pepperoni pizza. They Photoshopped it and molded it so much they made it into a woman. So it's not actually the people.
That's what gets me about society, and got to be careful about social media and media itself
But this is
because
what I mean. Even social media nowadays, whether you open Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, filters, filters everywhere, filters to make your skin look better, filters to make your lips look bigger, filters to make your eyes look bigger, filters to make your skin change color, whatever, you know.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
That's how you people say you get a lot of catfishing these days. Do you know the other thing I was going to say? What do you think about sports stars? Let's take, for example, people like Prince, what's his name? Prince Nazim, the boxer. Or, for example, you know, especially I'm going to pick on boxers. They're literally, in immaculate shape for their career. The moment they go
Not
into retirement,
necessarily.
but hold on, the moment they go into retirement and the gloves are hung up, pounds pile on. Look at Maradona. Have you seen him? You know
Have you
Diego
seen
Maradona.
Buster Douglas?
Have you? Hold on. You know who Diego Maradona is, right? The footballer.
Yes.
This isn't me being disrespectful. It literally looks like he hung up his boots and has been at McDonald's ever since. He has piled on the pounds. Do you know another one? Not a sports star. Buster Rhymes. What happened to him?
He's huge.
Right?
But
Why?
he stays in the gym though.
What? At the vending machine? Come on, man.
He's a big dude. He stopped drinking and all
He
that.
is a unit. And to be fair, he has come down a bit. But do you think it's money that does that to people?
Hey, the more the merrier. You start eating food you never ate when you was a kid. Yeah.
Okay, so why do you think all of the food that is bad for you tastes good and all of the food that's good for you tastes bad?
I wish I had the answer to that one. I wish I had the answer to that one. I love me some food, whether it's good or bad.
I'm not going to lie. There are days when I get up if I'm in a funk or, you know, I'm busy or whatever. And I think, do you know what? I just want to eat something bad that tastes great, you know, like a pizza or burger. You just crave shite food some days, you know.
Yeah. Well, I'm a stress eater. So when I get stressed out, that's the first thing that comes to mind is food.
It's a comfort thing, right?
Yes, it's very comforting.
But for me, there are some times where I eat something I shouldn't, and I'm like, oh my God, yes, I feel so much better. As soon as I've swallowed it, I'm like, oh God, what did I do that for? There goes another couple of pounds, you know. Then,
That's beating yourself up right there, because that's one thing I don't do. that's beating your own self up right there. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, when it's time to eat, it's time to eat. I had pizza yesterday and wings.
oh my God.
And that's two things that you shouldn't be really eating: junk food and fried foods. And guess what? I ate both of them. Carbs and fried food.
But this is the other thing you saying about carbs. All these fad diets, what people who genuinely want to shed some pounds need to understand, and I know this for a fact, a diet is just temporary, because as soon as you go back to eating or start eating other stuff, let's take keto, for example. They say no carbs, no sugar. I've done that. It works. You shed shite loads of weight, right? But the moment you start introducing a carb or some sugar back into your diet, the weight piles back on.
Now, do you think it piles back on more than when you initiate it, or?
It probably appears more, because if you're here and you go down to here, you're going to put it back on, you know. But if you're going to keep eating it, then potentially, yeah, you are going to put more on. This is why people need to understand it's a lifestyle change that you need, not a diet. And I'm not going to lie.
And portion control.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of things that come into it, but that's what I mean. It's a whole lifestyle change. You can't just change your portion control for a month, lose a couple of pounds, and then go back to eating big portions. It's a whole lifestyle change, and it's a mindset. You've got to have a good relationship with food. Otherwise, well, you're going to end up like me with two bellies instead of one.
Well, I got one whole belly. I love it. I've embraced it. I love it.
I love it.
I do. I love it. I love it.
Listen, I'm telling you.
And we're not trying to knock the gym. I love the gym. Don't get me wrong. I go to the gym when I can. I got a punching bag downstairs. I got an exercise bike downstairs, and I do work out. And I got the new toy. So my new toy has me doing a lot more cardio.
I mean, don't get it twisted. If I won the lottery, I would invest in a personal trainer and a chef. They would be one of the first things. A chef to cook me healthy, wholesome, tasty meals, and a personal trainer to work my butt into shape.
Yeah, and people don't understand, like, these when these celebrities are like ripped to shreds, they don't have normal jobs.
And also what they didn't know, if
They don't have normal jobs.
I'm telling you for a fact, if I had Kim Kardashian's money, I could look like Kim Kardashian, but I don't have her money, so I look like me, you know?
Yeah, like, for instance, like, I'm gonna give a person, what's his name? I can't even think of his name right now. But he plays Thor.
With the long-haired dude?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't think of his name.
Mm.
But celebrities get paid to go to the gym to get themselves in shape for the movie that they're trying to do.
Right.
That's why they stay in shape. Vin Diesel, have you seen Vin Diesel outside of Fast and the Furious or any of his movies? He's not that ripped.
I love Vin Diesel.
When he knows he has to do a movie, or then he'll get in the gym. You know what I mean?
Let me just put it out there, just in the odd
trainer.
Hold on, and the odd chance that he's ever listening, Vin, I'll take you even when you ain't been to the gym. Bring that dad bod on over.
Yeah, you got all these celebrities that make it sound like they just, you know what I mean? They're just like that. No.
Okay,
people get paid to be in shape. Halle Berry, all these pretty women, they got personal trainers. They wake up, they ain't got to do nothing but go to the gym. I got bills to pay.
Have you seen the film Shallow Hal with Jack Black and Gwyneth Paltrow?
I love it. I love that movie.
I love that film too. It's hilarious, but it's got a good message and a good point to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also
pretty women can be really ugly based on their personality.
Yes, hallelujah. Say it louder for the people at the back. Also, another good film, The Nutty Professor. Obviously, he wants to be thin, so he takes those drinks that serum or whatever. That's very funny as well. But why is that, actually, thinking about it? There's a serious message behind both those films, but both films are comedy. Why won't they make a serious film to get the serious message across? Why is the fat joke got to be a comedy film?
You know what? I don't know.
Steven Spielberg, if you could answer, that would be great.
Martin Scorsese, what's up?
Whatever. Yeah.
Spike Lee, what's up?
Do you know what I just say sometimes? If people say, oh, fat this, fat that, I'll say, look, mate, I might be fat, but I can shed some pounds. You can't change your face.
Ooh, ouch. Ouch.
That's what I call a 1-0.
What a burn. That's a burn right there.
Yeah.
A 1-0? 1-0.
Yeah.
That's what it gets me about, being that it's the new year. That's the most famous line in New Year's is I'm gonna get in shape.
Yeah, and it lasts for normally a week and then people start dropping off. First week.
Yeah, I ain't even going front. I fell into that bandwagon when I did it for like maybe a month or two, and then after a while COVID hit and I was like, thank goodness, because I was getting tired.
First week of January is always the busiest in the gym, and then it peters off.
Then it peters off, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Not for me. I started today. I did.
Well, didn't but there's a good thing from body shaming, because now you got plus size models now making good money.
Yeah, but look how long it's taken. And do you know what? They're not even plus size.
Too.
They're just representing the majority of normal average people. Why have you got to give them a name plus size? Just say, here's the average woman. Yay.
Yeah, because the average woman ain't no zero. I'm going to tell you that right now.
I told you, between 14 and 16 is average size woman these days.
I don't know what that means. For us men, what does 14, 16 mean?
Look,
I don't know.
I'm a size 16. So basically me and one dress size less than me is the average for a woman.
For a guy, it's medium, large, extra large, or small. I don't know any of these numbers.
I
Ah,
think for men it would probably be a medium to large is the average.
all right, now that makes more sense because I'm telling you, 12, 11, 16, 24. I don't know what you talk about
Just goes up two
or have a
inches
clue.
each time. That's all.
Yeah, so basically, in men's terms, average woman
It's
is a
medium
medium to
large.
large,
Mhm.
which to me is mighty fine.
And do you know what I say? With the not, there's nothing wrong with women being ridiculously skinny if that's what they choose, but only a dog likes a bone.
Oh, look at you got these little lines today. Only dogs like the bone and all that. There's nothing wrong with being skinny, and there's nothing wrong with being. To me, the older you get, and this is from a man's standpoint, in my opinion only. I can't speak for all men, but I'm telling you, it's all about the older you get, you start out shallow when you're a kid because you start because of the way society is. You're looking at that booty, you're looking at that smile, you know what I mean? And that's what you're looking at. You're looking at the outer. Then as you get older, you start thinking about or you start looking at what comes out their mouth, how they carry
But you
themselves.
say that these guys that were commenting on this thing were the same age, if not older than you, half the time.
Yeah, but then they ain't looking at themselves either. Most of these guys, I like I said, I can't speak for all men. Some guys ain't got nothing better to do, but you know, hate on other women when they're hating something about themselves. So
Yeah.
I have to love myself. So therefore, I love it all. I love all women. So big or small, but I don't get it. I don't get where someone can sit here and body shame someone, but yet their body is not perfect. Nobody's body is perfect
Oh my
at
God,
all.
ATP. Right.
It's catching on.
Right. You've sent it over here. I'm sending it back. So yeah, body shaming. If anybody's got any stories they want to share, anything they want to say, all I say is love thyself. As long as you love yourself,
Yes.
that's all that
Love comes from within.
right. And it exudes out. It
Yeah.
shines
And
out.
you gotta and before you can love anyone else, you have to love yourself.
Yeah, purr.
So the magazines, the social media, the television, all these good that portray these, you know, small women as, the go-to, like the Miss Americas and
It's fake.
all this and that. I wouldn't consider it fake, but it's sometimes can send out the wrong message.
Yes, and it's not necessarily the truth. They stretch the truth.
Yes. Photoshop, the whole nine.
The whole 9 yards. Well, that was an interesting topic.
Wasn't it? I really enjoyed it. Body shaming, because guess what? I love this body. This big boy. I'm a big boy. I'm a big boy. I love it. I like being called big man.
Whatever
What's up, big
floats your
man?
boat.
What's up, big man? Like, what up? That being said, body shaming, like we said before, if you have any comments or you want to add to what we were talking about, be sure to follow us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook,
Twitter.
Twitter. I love when you say Twitter.
And also, we've still got our giveaway running on our socials at the minute, Insta and Facebook, where you got to guess how many Rich and Soaps have been squeezed into a jar.
In the jar. Yes.
Funnily enough, my mum called me earlier and she said, "Oh, I made a guess. Was I right?" And I was like, "Well,
can't cheat.
Can't tell
Can't
you.
cheat, Ma.
No.
You can't cheat, Ma.
And
Can't
also,
cheat.
we always keep it 100. I can't actually remember how many's in there, so I got to go. I gotta go back and count. So even if I wanted to cheat, I couldn't
Ah.
tell her. I just can't remember.
That's why I love this show. That being said, how we ended, this is Soph,
This is Rich
and we are
from
across
the
the
pond.
pond.
Have a lovely week, Rich. I will see you Wednesday for our meeting. We'll see everybody here Friday for fun.
Friday.
Yepper.
Yupper.
Hey, hey, now holla at me if you ready to go. Hey. Across the pond with Rich and Soph. Alright. Now holla at me if you ready to go. Hey. Across the pond with Rich and Soph. Alright. Now holla at me if you ready to